Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Hi. Whoa, hey, welcome to David's Kitchen. I'm here. I'm David. Yeah, it's kind of a bright light here. You'll have to excuse me. Yeah, we're doing it. This is the lovely cactus garden I've got constructed here, as you can see. And it is going to be a special day. We've got New Year's Eve today. It's a New Year's special, leave and walk. Okay, $3 for 3 people. Right. What does that mean? Well, that means that, there we go. Thank you. Lighting is not exactly perfect today, but you know, we do our best. Let's get this going here. That helps a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to get in the chat room and we're going to get started here. Opening up the Vaughn chat room, and we'll go from there. And then we open up the Opera. I'm going to start up the chat room over at Periscope. Get that rolling because that's important. People at least get our tweets regarding Periscope. I stopped tweeting, by the way, because of what Twitter's been doing, knocking people off, censoring people. So I'm not tweeting, I'm communicating on Twitter. I'm using it as a messenger for people, person to person. So if you happen to get a tweet from me, you know, and you're a person who's famous watching our show, welcome. I've been spreading the word that way, which is a little bit better. You know, you're a person who's famous watching our show, welcome. I've been spreading the word that way. We need to get this thing rolling pretty quick. We need to unite the country, obviously. And in lieu of the censorship, this is going to be a little bit more of a task because of what they've done. But luckily for me and luckily for you, I've been doing this for 12 years and building an online presence that's blasted out and completely exploded into the UHF channels. So people all around the world are watching the show, which is nice to have millions and millions of people watching the show every night. And I don't ask for anything from any of you. Just listening to my words is enough for me. And I think we'll do cooking tonight. Well, no, we'll just do 5G tech, censorship, pandemic. We should do vaccinations because that's obviously their big goal is to vaccinate everybody, which is insane considering a vaccine can't be created for a mutating RNA virus. All right, so we have to get awareness going, and it's going to be important to do that. Today, we're doing some pretty cheap cooking here. Now, I buy these, okay, we are up and running over at Periscope, so you can get our link. Here it is if you want to grab it. Cheap cooking here. Now, thank you. And then, hey, your New Year's resolution is to be the best mod for you. Oh, well, you're not my mod, you know, so thanks. Anyway, Chet Kelly, everybody, posing as Tom Aine. The woman who shared an empty video or an empty hospital in England was arrested. Oh my God, that poor woman. See what I mean? They don't want anyone to know the hospitals are empty and that the whole hype about COVID is all BS coming out of the New World Order. We're fighting elitists who want to manipulate the media. That's what we're fighting now. And all of the average people in the world are at risk. So, hey, how about that for a nice pan? Well, look at that. Thanks for helping me grow. Yeah, one of my plants has this thing that Sarah got. It's really nice. It's help. Thanks for helping me grow, it says on it. Yeah, don't try to replicate David's kitchen in your own kitchen because I have things in here that are just too precious that you can't actually replicate. Now, believe it or not, I can get 4 of these big, huge leg things for $2.50. So that's $1.25 right there. I'm going to say $1.50, okay? Believe it or not, that's $1.50 in chicken if you buy these things. They're Southern fryers, and they come in big bags, and if you look around, you can get a bag for like $3, like 5 pounds. So yeah, that's just one trick this New Year's Eve special. And the leave and walk concept is really kind of basic. Beep. Error. You are looking at a just a thing of barbecue sauce I got for 25 cents somewhere. I think I got it for free. It's called Plate, the whole other ball game. And this is a product that, some people, when it gets to expiration, it gets to the point where it's no longer, saleable. So they put it out there for very little at some of the food wholesalers. And these kind of things in glass bottles, they literally never go bad, and they just get better over time. So you can use them as marinade, barbecue sauces, whatever. Okay, we're gonna get the pan going here, because what this involves is just some potatoes. We got 2 sweet potatoes for Sarah, and 3 potatoes here for me. 3 little yellow potatoes. And the potatoes are generally about $1, so we're looking up to about $2.50. And then I got a little pepper here and an onion. That's $3. The onion is organic from a certified organic provider, Desert Sun. And the hanging pepper was not organic, but from Mexico, which I kind of think, they're the only ones that can produce peppers down there in Mexico. So thank goodness for that. Everything good? No, we will not be adding an egg to this. Okay, this is a leave and walk situation where you can leave and walk away from it for the entire time. So what I'm going to be doing is mostly prep. We'll get the pans going at level 3, both sides. Okay. The potatoes and onions are going in here. The chicken and onions are going in there. I'm going to put a little pepper on top of that. And I'm basically going to leave and prep this all for ready to go out the door. So first thing I have to do is cut up an onion. So that's the first thing in almost all my cooking shows. All right. And I like to wet the potatoes. So when they go in the grill, they want to wet them off. So it's a good time to wash them off. So you can do that. So I'm just going to wash them off a little bit. And these yellow potatoes you can cook with the skin on. So if you get yellow potatoes or red potatoes, you can cook with the skin on. Yeah, isn't that great? But I'm going to have to peel these sweet potatoes. All right. So what I'm going to do here is get the onion going. You know the routine. I tip the ends off like that, and I pull. And then it's usually about maybe 3 extra pulls with a nail of your finger. And if you have no fingernails because you're so worried about COVID, you better use a little knife for that. It's going to be tough. Some of you are probably biting your fingernails now off as you're holding your mask under your face. You've got your fingernails. They say that the more you wear the mask, the more likely you'll get a disease. That's the newest information from the CDC. They don't want you to know it, though. A lot of the people at the CDC actually work independently, and when they publish studies, the good studies get out there in the alternate media, but the big studies are completely controlled, the mainstream media studies. But they ran a study of 300 people. Let me get the camera going here. Yeah, they ran a study of 300 people roughly 300 people who, the ones that wore their mask most of the time, 70% of them got COVID in that group they analyzed. The ones that got COVID, 70% wore their mask all the time. 3% who got COVID never wore their mask. So you're less likely to get COVID. And these stats actually match up with the state statistics regarding mask mandates. And I show you those statistics in the regular show. So good to know, just so you know. So I like to keep people informed. This used to be Cooking Up Politics, but then I just changed it to, the ATP show. So, but I still upload it on YouTube. This portion of the ATP show is also available on Periscope. You can watch that up till, I guess, the end of March, and we don't know if we'll get kicked off of Twitter or not. But I do have a backup Twitter account that I'll be activating soon. I'm going to be doing a lot of my tweeting on that one because I don't want to actually get kicked off of I don't really want to get kicked off of the main third-party account. Okay, today we're going to try to achieve sizzle. Now with the potato dish, you can, if you want, add a vegetable to this to round out the meal. Yeah, so what I usually do is, you can also put mushrooms in. What I like to do is get something that'll cook, but not too much. And the zucchini is always the best choice in my mind. Spinach is okay, but it just kind of sits there. Might as well take it away, right? Take it away. Take those onions. And some people say you compost onion. I compost anything, even chicken fat. It's ridiculous. You can't compost onion. Of course, you can compost anything as long as it's organic material. My goodness. All right, so we're getting both pans nice and hot. I'm going to spray them both down with oil. That's ready to go. You're about ready to hear some sizzle. All right. Here we go. Sizzle time. Oh, no sizzle. There's sizzle. Good. See, what I did basically, I split the onion into two dishes. But the onion is a base. And like I said, this is a really super simple method. You just throw some barbecue sauce on this, not on the pan. You take the chicken like that. You see it? There we go. And just pour the barbecue on top of the chicken, like that. See that? And just set it on the onion, like that. That's all you gotta do. You can see me, right? Okay. Just nice along the top. It's got to be the top of the chicken, not the bottom side, but the top side. Okay, there you go. And then take the remaining barbecue sauce and pour it lightly on top of the other side. All right. Super simple. All right. So most people have barbecue sauce. Then take these potatoes that I cut in half and turn everything down to low now. All of your burners down to low. Set them down face down in the pan like that. Okay? We'll start with that and cover that up and cover that up. See how super simple this is? You know, everything is on low right now. And I'm going to peel the sweet potato. So this is basically leave and walk. So when you're done with this whole thing, you basically have to set a timer. And in my case, I'll be good till 6:30. So I think 1 hour. Now, at some point in the cooking, you can turn the chicken over if you want. But because it's the big side down, it literally melts around the outside of that chicken thigh. And there's enough oil in the thigh to not worry about it. Okay. Now, I wouldn't be peeling a potato if Sarah didn't like sweet potatoes, you know, because I'm not that big on sweet potatoes per se, but she is allergic to nightshade. Not really allergic, but she doesn't really feel good when she has potatoes, which are nightshade, like tomatoes. Potatoes and tomatoes are kind of in the same nightshade thing. And they say that it causes inflammation in the body. She gets like swelling in the hands. But these sweet potatoes are completely free of that. They're not nightshade. So people that have a nightshade aversion to potatoes or tomatoes can go with sweet potatoes. And man, they make some really good frozen sweet potatoes, crinkly ones. The O brand at Safeway, that's organic, is really good. I just bought some recently, and I'm all set to go with, you know, if I were to, you know, use a toaster oven, I would just use a toaster oven. Okay, here we got that. Just kind of make these chops fairly big, not that small. See, and then I'm going to set them right in there on top of the onions. Okay. Wow. You know, I don't even have room for that, so I'm going to pass on the zucchini. Plus, I'm staying within $3. Now, the red, I'm going to use the red as coloring in the potatoes. But you don't have to, you don't even need this. It just helps with a little flavor. And I'll give you some more tips on adding spices in just a second. So this just happened to be a nice red pepper I can throw in on top of this. And you can do that with any vegetable. Most things will cook on top. And what you want to do is you're going to have at least a little bit, drop of water. So see, I'm going to splash a little water on this. See that? No more than about two or three tablespoons. And I'm going to do the same with the chicken. Okay, everything's on low. You can walk away from this dish, and within about an hour to an hour and a half, it'll be done. If you run it at level 3, it'll be too hot. So I'm just going to let it run at low and walk away. So this is about the easiest way you can cook on the cheap. Whoops. Did you see my feet? Oh, you saw a little bit of my feet there. Yeah, I figured I'd give you a little cam shot of the feet toward the end. That's it for us. We just did a prep. I'm going to wrap this kitchen thing up and walk away. Isn't that great? No, it's not prison food. It's good potatoes and some vegetables, whatever you want on top of there. You really don't need to slave in the kitchen. This will cook on its own. It literally melds in with the barbecue sauce and everything. Everything tastes great. Now you can use some seasoning. I'm going to give you some seasoning tips that you can add at this point. And that would be, I get these organic garlic powder things, and I go with Italian seasoning. I'm going to go a little Italian seasoning on the potatoes and garlic powder. And I'll do the same with the chicken. Okay. Survey said. Believe me, this will not, it'll steam up. It'll be a really hot pan in about half an hour. Garlic powder, Italian seasoning. And I usually flip the chicken, so you will love it. This is not a big deal, and typically this is a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day meal. Chicken legs and thighs, because I don't know if you guys heard the story of me when I used to feed the homeless people in Santa Monica. But what I would do is I get these, people would trade me sometimes for coupons at the store. And sometimes I'd get coupons for things that I was selling. And those coupons actually, one guy gave me a $50 coupon. I just went out and bought these types of chicken legs and potato, onion, and a corn on the cob. And back when corn on the cob was really cheap, it was the summertime. I remember I did this a couple times. And it was great. I put them all in aluminum foil. You get the heavy aluminum foil. Don't go with the lightweight. That won't work. The heavy aluminum foil. And you wrap each one up. The potato, the onion, the corn cob. And you can get the frozen ones too. They work. And then a leg and a thigh combo. And you put some barbecue sauce on it. And I'm telling you, everyone loved it. I fed everybody. And this is before the health department laws, when they said you couldn't feed people. They said, man, this is good. It was like a whole meal in a wrapped aluminum foil thing. And you cook it on a outdoor grill with some. Oh, Dave, that's Trump's lawyer. Hey, Trump's lawyer, how are you? Where's Trump's lawyer? I don't see him. No, they weren't food stamps. These were, no, these were not food stamps. These were coupons for store items that this guy who worked at one of my local stores in the area, he had them. And he says, hey, you know, these are the coupons that the store puts out. And so I said, okay. You know, so I walked in there with the coupons and I handed it to him. And it was like a promotional thing. They were like, yeah, this guy had earned promotional points from buying a lot of stuff. And he said, hey, I don't need these. If you want to help, take these. So, yeah, hybrid capitalism ever printed in paper? Yeah, you can order the book right now. It's in our store. Yeah, just go to americasthirdparty.com and click the store button, and then it'll be right there for you. It's $14.99 delivered, I think. Or no, it's $14.99 plus shipping. I know, the chat's messed up here, but hey, at least you guys have a chance to chat, you know. This is a traditional dinner. If you came in late, I made it already. And we've got sweet potatoes and regular potatoes with some red pepper on it and onions at the base. And here we've got onions at the base and two beautiful chicken leg combos. And you can get 3 in there if you get the smaller ones. And cook it meat side down so it thoroughly cooks. And, you know, breast, or rather thigh and leg meat cook really well in the stove. They're long-term. They last. I mean, this will sit there. I could go 2 hours, and it would still be good to eat. Seriously. In fact, if you go an hour and a half, you're fine. No, I don't have a hair cutting bowl. This is my hair as it naturally lays after a shower. Yeah. So anyway, I've fed some homeless people with some $50 coupons some guy gave me twice. So it was not a food stamp. That's just what happened, man. I'm just telling you what happened. Yeah, the book could save the world. In fact, all of the ideas we put there are still very relevant. You know, most of the ideas I've talked about on the show are very exportable. So people have stolen the ideas and acted like they're theirs, but unless they have my magic touch behind it, they're not going to be able to implement my ideas. No, an egg is too, it'll burn on this kind of a meal. This is a long-term thing. That little steam fry method that I use, using oil at the base and then a little bit of water on top after it gets warm, that method has always worked without an egg. An egg will actually be burnt by the time this meal's over. So anyway, here's my beautiful kitchen. Oh, by the way, this is the Santivia thing. Alkaline Water. I don't know if you can read that. There it is. And Santivia has a great product. They have a desktop gravity filter. I use the zero water filter for my meals, though. So this is yeah, that's the best on the market. For $19.99, you can get this at Walmart. You get this with a meter in it that measures how many dissolved solids are in it, and the filter is included. So like $19.99 gets you a really nice pitcher water. So I would go with that, but Santivia makes a really good filter that gets rid of fluoride, and they don't have this anymore. This is off the market. This has the, yeah, I'll show you since I'm still in the show. This has the rocks in it. So it has alkaline rocks in it. And at the bottom too, you can hear them. So when you put the water in from this filter, which has got nothing in it, zero solids, you want to get a little alkaline back in your dinner, in your meal. Yeah, it's just going through right now. So what I'll do is, I had to do this anyway. Just fill it up to that line and then put the basket in. and then top it off. And they call this structured water, and it's really good for you. The alkaline will bind with free radicals in your body. That's the theory. And because free radicals tend to be acidic, it binds with the alkaline, and then they go through your body. There's nobody by that name. There's no such person as Denny something. I have no knowledge of that person. He's someone who's impersonating a family member. It's hilarious. You know, the thing is, the New World Order is trying to kill us in a multitude of ways. And I'll talk about that in the other show, because this is going up to YouTube, and I don't really want to, get too controversial, okay? Even though I am. Hey, I'm going to stop the show now. Thank you very much for coming into David's Kitchen and learning how to leave and walk away from a meal that's so cheap, it's not even funny. I mean, this has got to be the cheapest set of ingredients for 3 people you'll ever encounter. Take care. See you in 2 minutes.